think they have included most of the areas. I like the fact that the career orientation, if I have the powers, every high school in Gambia, we have a career advice. And this will be orientated as part of the school living process that girls, because in Gambia, you know, when you finish high school, the school's just like, goodbye, we don't want to see you again, bye bye, and that's it. It shouldn't end there. There should be a continuous process where girls are not girls, every student is you know, kind of guided into this area, because the teachers have spent so many years with them. They can help them to know, you know, this is where your strength is. I'm not saying they're always right. Some career advice have got it wrong. You know, but having that guidance of pushing you to that field, you know, pairing you up with a mentor is a good thing. And I think Gambia we should take it one step further. We have all this corporate organization. They should be going to schools, headhunting the, you know, those students that, you know, have that ability in their areas. Headhunt them, bring them into your organization, and then you can have this sort of a 50-50 education, 50-50 you're working. And in that way, you know, we've seen lots of kids in the UK and abroad. That's how they, you know, they develop, because they've not identified their talent from an early age. You know, so I think that's very important in that way. And parents as well, when you see that your child is good and in drawing and arts and all that, do not discourage them saying there's no career here. There is a career there if you take your passion and make it into what you want it to be. So in whatever your kids is gifted in, encourage them, and push them in that way. Okay, that's what I wanted to add.
Absolutely. And I just want to add, I mean, I am an example of kids really know what they want to be. I remember even before I start my grade 9, I already decided I want to go into accounting. At least that's what they called it then. That was what I want to do. So when I started grade 9, I was going to go into commerce. And when I came out with my results, I met my maths teacher, and he asked, "What's your results?" And I told him, and he's like, "So where are you going?" I'm like, "Commerce." And then his comment was like, "You want to have an easy ride." And you know, in Gambia, if you have good grades, you have to do science. That's just the general rule. You cannot be doing commerce. So of course, as a what was I, 14-year-old, your teacher telling you that, I immediately went and signed up for the science class. Of course, I don't regret it as such, because I had a lot of challenge, but I don't know what I would have gotten if I went to commerce, because I ended up in finance. So when I started my university education, I did do economics and finance, because that's what my passion was to start with. So children do know what they want, even though you're getting career advice. I just wanted to say that what all of you are saying right now, I want to be a doctor, I want to be in tech, I want to be a lawyer, that's coming from a very pure place. This is something that you have searched in your soul and decided this is what's going to make me happy. Keep by it, of course, and stick to it, and don't be swayed. Of course, take advice. Be open to be mentored, but listen to yourself. You're all very well empowered ladies. I believe you will be there. You'll do that. Absolutely.
And if I just share something, Betty,
Mm-hmm.
as part of our foundation, one of the other areas that we wanted to expand on as well is mentorship, pairing girls with mentors. But unfortunately, because of the coronavirus, we had to change our plans. So every girl that is in our foundation will be paired with a woman that is actually in the field that they would like to go into. They'll be having meetings and all these things, and they'll be able to talk to them. So that's the next level we want to go. You know, one thing I recognize is you might be your environment. You might look at your environment and say, I want to be this thing, but my environment is giving me another thing. You know, it doesn't match up. How am I going to be this thing I want to be, this person that I want to be, when my environment doesn't reflect it? But if you have somebody that takes you out of that environment and take you into an area where you can see the possibilities, it just opens the whole new dimension for you. So that's why we'll be doing the mentorship. So Fatima will be paired up with another doctor, Elizabeth with a lady in tech, Lena with someone in law, and the two doctors with someone that's a doctor. So that's how we would go about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. What do you think about that, girls?
It's a great idea.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a beautiful thing. So I think we're almost towards rounding up a little bit, but I just wanted to ask one last question. The importance of an equal future. I mean, I know we've probably delved a little bit into that when we have talked about being empowered and the theme of this year's International Day of the Girl Child. Sorry, but when they talk about an equal future, what do you understand by that, Fatima?
Regarding our equal futures, these can only be achieved if our voices are heard. We are in a male dominated society where it is believed that it is only men who have the right to lead us in everything. This makes us to be answerable to them, and we cannot make any decisions. They believe that whatever make said should be accepted by us without giving us the opportunity to give us our ideas. We will all accept that due to our rights not being observed, we always find ourselves in sorry situations. This situation includes early child marriages, gender-based violence, domestic slavery in the house, and no equal opportunities given in workplaces. Therefore, for us to have our equal rights, our voices need to be heard and given opportunities to make decisions. Starting from our parents, they need to allow us and listen to us to express our views as a God. They need to accept our decisions of what we wanted to be in the future. They should allow us to continue our education like boys would want to do. We should not be barred from competing together with boys because whatever they are able to do in terms of administrations, we can as well do it. This can be justified as we have seen that there are so many female doctors and lawyers as well as ministers, all performing very well in their areas of duties. This therefore shows we should be given equal rights with boys. We cannot be behind them and they giving us orders whilst we all have the same qualifications.
Absolutely. I love that. That is
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. I mean, that is an equal future where you don't have to wait for permission, but you just exist just by being virtue of being you. I love that. Fantastic, Fatima. Elizabeth?
Today, girls globally still want to push boundaries. They want to make their voices heard, contribute to society, and lead lives that can transform their communities. They don't need people, experts, or non governmental organizations to tell them what needs to be done. In fact, girls are experts on their own needs and their lived realities.
Hmm.
They just need to be given the opportunity, skills, and support to make their voices heard. Girl child, now more than ever, is the time to shout about the importance and the potential of girls. But really, it shouldn't just be confined to one day. Girls' rights and girls' voices are important every day of the year.
Oh, I love that. Beautiful. Of course it is. The girls' rights matter every day. I mean, we are having this day to
Mm-hmm.
especially put have the spotlight on the day on the topic. But I know for sure with all of you and with me and Anisa, with all our viewers and all our supporters, this is something that we live and breathe every single day. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
How about
Mm-hmm.
you, Ome?
Despite progress in gender equality, women continue to be disadvantaged compared with men. Worldwide, women are more often confronted with poverty, violence, and mental health issues, and they have less access to food and education. All these factors do not only affect women themselves, but also have a negative impact on the child's early environment and impair its early development, thereby reducing the health and well-being of future generations. So I believe an equal future is a future where girls and boys have equal rights. It does not mean that we are the same, but we have equal access to education, food, and healthcare facilities. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I like that you touched on exactly that. There was a saying, and there's a saying that keeps being repeated, that if you educate a woman, you educate the world, or something similar to that. And it's exactly what you are saying right now. An educated woman breeds a healthy child. It improves the health and well-being because they know about their own health and their own well-being during pregnancy, but they also know enough to care for their child, of course. So beautiful. Thank you so much. Lena?
Sometimes our views, opinions, and ideas are insignificant because we are girls living in this male-dominated society. Girls are treated differently because of their gender, and their rights are nullified just for being born equal. Equality between men and women or girls and boys does not mean that both genders should be the same, but what it means that boys, girls, men, women should have equal access to opportunities.
Mhm.
A society where there is equal future, it will result to equal opportunities in building of personal talent, ambition, and interest. Boys and girls enjoy the same opportunity in all areas of life.
That is true. That is absolutely true. And I think, I mean, if only half of the population is being consulted, heard, and allowed to make decisions right now, we're just getting half of the dividend that we are supposed to have. So we will multiply that probably tenfold if everyone is being heard. If, as you started saying, that girls' opinions are not don't are not considered to matter, if they mattered, we will have multiplied the dividends for our country, for our societies, for our families tenfold. So I absolutely agree with you. How about you, Berta?
Now, an equal future is where both girls and boys, I mean both genders, enjoy the same opportunities and resources the same way. It doesn't mean that they become the same. No, it means that access to opportunities does not depend on age and gender. An equal future by letting girls have a voice is linked to the realization of basic human rights. It is a future where both genders enjoy the same opportunities, obligations, and rights in all areas of concepts of life. Another important is that both genders enjoy equal access to education and a chance to build up on their personal talents, interests, and ambitions. Both genders are completely free from coercion and intimidation in an equal future.
Absolutely. Because you don't even consider being intimidated, at least just for being a woman. There are probably other reasons why people get intimidated. But if you feel empowered and equal and gender is not an issue, then it's not even a topic. You just be. You're just a woman. There's nothing special about that. And you should be heard as equally as men should. Absolutely. I think that was very beautiful, beautiful said about an equal future, and that's what we want to achieve. And I think we will get there with girls like you, advocating and leading the charge for social change. So absolutely. Anita, did you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, it's important, and it's very good that we've heard from the girls and what they have said. They've touched in different areas,
Mhm,
and now I would like to say the task now is, now that you're exposed to so much information, now
mhm,
that you have the opportunity to be educated and in school, you have this opportunity to interact with us here and being open to more information. Everybody has a role to play You know, we all have a role to play. We cannot just leave it to say, oh, somebody else will do it. No, you should always be that somebody that do something about something. So now, girls, that you are here, you know, you have articulated yourself so well. You have the knowledge, you have the information, you're growing, your future, I can say, is bright. When you leave this place today, how are you going to use that voice and that empowerment? In what ways, and how are you going to use it starting from today? What is that thing that has pushed you to do something? What is that?
Maybe we can start with Berta.
About the traditional beliefs and norms. Because in our area, I would say, in my area where I grew up, girls don't have a chance to be where I am today. Teenage pregnancy is common there. You don't see a girl finish grade 12, they only stop at grade 9. So I'll use my voice to let them know that traditional beliefs and norms should not stop them from getting what they want. Should not stop them from pursuing their dreams. It should not stop them from becoming stars. It should not stop them from becoming the backbones of the country, the leaders, the change that we need. So I will use my voice to change their lives as well, to inspire them to reach the place we have reached and to do it.
I like that, Anita, because it's the story of lifting yourself up and then putting your hand back to lift someone else to your level. That is so beautiful and so generous, and so this is what we need more of. I see myself a little bit up. I want to lift someone else. This is how we gain the equality we're talking about, by lifting each other. So that's really beautiful, Berta. How about you, Lena?
That's right. I would like to tell